What's up, everybody? Today's pre-show shout-out comes from Ricky Gatt, who said, "Let me take a moment to express how grateful I am for the way that you teach, dude. From having unique exercises, articulating yourself, and keeping the objective clear. I've watched other videos on the same topic, and your video has brought me the greatest progress. The first exercise had me laughing, and before I knew it, I became more comfortable and relaxed." Shout-outs and big ups to you, brother man. Thank you, Ricky. Guys, in order to get a pre-show shout-out, make sure that you leave a comment on this video, subscribe, like, do all that crazy stuff, and make sure that you watch until the end of the video, where I'm going to just take 2 minutes to break down one of the techniques that Olivia is going to be using here in this video right now. Without further ado, here's Olivia Rodrigo singing Driver's License. Kind of musical, the little beeping.
Got my driver's license
in B flat
last week, just like we always talked about. Cause you were so excited for me.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Finally drive up to your house, but today I drove through the
Look at that tiny little toy piano.
cause you weren't around.
Okay, so we've got a 1, 6, 4, 5 progression.
One girl who always made me doubt. She's so much older than me. She's everything I'm insecure about. Yet today I drove through the suburbs. Cause how could I ever love someone else?
Nice.
And
Oh, that's cool.
I know you aren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one.
So we've got a beautiful high D5, and that's a total disconnect to her head voice, or kind of a falsetto. She's starting off pretty breathy as she goes anyway.
And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm
And the second time she goes for the belt. And then the decrescendo.
You didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me.
Yes.
'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. All my friends are tired of hearing how much I miss you, but I kinda feel sorry for them, cause they'll never know you the way that I do. Yet today I drove through the suburbs and pictured I was driving home to you.
So there's actually no 5 there. It's just a 4 at the end.
Perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one.
So that time she didn't disconnect. Very cool.
I just can't
She's building up more energy.
how you could be so okay now that I'm gone.
And I love that vowel, that I'm gone. It's not I am gone being really squeezy. She's allowing that vowel to move.
You didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Man, I love all the color in this video. Red lights, speaking of colors.
Still see your face in the white cars, front yards. Can't drive past the places we used to go to, 'cause I still fucking love you, babe.
Nice. This is awesome.
Sidewalks we crossed, I still hear your voice in the traffic. We're laughing over all the noise. God, I'm so blue, no we're through, but I still fucking love you, babe.
Yeah, and obviously we've got kind of like a big chorus in this bridge here, and I think that that's a really, really cool thing. You know, she's kind of like a little bit of a lighter singer. There's no doubt in my mind that she can sing really strong, but I really like how there's so many other voices added onto there to really make it sound very full and kind of, like I mentioned, choral and angelic.
I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one.
Just all head voice there.
I just can't imagine so okay now that I'm gone.
Up to the F5, that's her highest note so far.
Wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
That is a cool video effect. Dang.
Yeah, you said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Ooh, I like how it ends on the 6th chord. That's amazing. Guys, I know exactly what I want to talk about here. I want to teach you the breathy voice. So in this little tutorial, what I want to teach you is basically how she's able to get this very, very kind of light, so delicate, almost like if you touch it too hard, it's going to break in half like a fragile piece of glass. And what I think is so interesting about this is that we know that Olivia Rodrigo can sing much stronger than this. We saw what she was doing in the chorus, where she would choose to either go to falsetto or completely belt. And what I think is really cool is like she's using this breathy voice as an effect. So it's kind of like the absence of having those higher harmonics in the top end of the spectrum. It's just a lot closer to kind of the bottom end of the harmonics there. So how do you get this kind of very fragile voice? Well, one of the things that I think that you can try is you can add on a fricative consonant. In this case, maybe like an f, like an F consonant. So for guys, we could try down here like a fa 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 fa, and let it be like really, really kind of light and delicate. That fa 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 is going to basically open up the vocal cords to allow lots of breath to pass through them, like it's just air, right? And then you have the right after that, which is more of a back vowel, where the chords tend to be a little bit looser anyway. So like a fa 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 fa, and allow it to sound really kind of light and breathy. Ladies, we can do the same thing up here, like a fa 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 fa. Try that again. Fa 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 fa. Now, one thing that I want to say about this breathy voice is that you always want to use it as an effect. In other words, you don't want this to just be the thing that your voice defaults to, because you're not actually singing with a strong, full, warm chest voice sound. So the opposite of this kind of breathy tone would be like a full chest voice, like a ga 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 ga. Now notice how that harder consonant is giving me more of that chest voice, and that's exactly what we want when we're training our voice to sing fuller rather than so light and breathy. However, I have no doubt that Olivia can sing this really, really strong. But if you want to get that really, really beautiful sound that she's getting in this dropout here,
I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one.
so I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt. You see how just light and fragile? You can try that same thing on the fa 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 fa, right? And you can try that same thing on the lyrics. I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt. Right? The one thing that you want to be really careful about here is making sure that you're taking a nice, low, deep breath before you do this, because as you can hear in my own voice, my chords are so thin that I'm basically just allowing a ton of air to pass through them. And as a result, it's kind of like a leaky air tire. It's like, it's just leaking air. And as I go up, it's just going to get a little bit harder. So make sure that you've really got your breath control for that one. Guys, if you found this helpful, make sure to leave a comment, subscribe, like, do all that crazy stuff. And if you've been a little bit confused about how to sing better and have maybe been floating around YouTube land and have been a little bit confused by all the different videos and stuff that you've seen, maybe consider checking out my complete singing course, Master Your Voice. The link's in the description.